Trust me, trust me, trust me, trust me.
Yes it is. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to STS In Tha Zone podcast. What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Hey, you know how it is. I always have a little song at first. I know it's kind of crappy, kind of quality. Sorry. I only had this iPhone to use, and that was one of my favorite theme songs of all time. And that was Jake the Snake Rabbit with his heel turn back in the early 90s. 91, I believe. No, 92-ish. With the song Trust Me. I think it's one of the best heel songs, or basically WWE theme songs ever. I mean, his original was okay, but this one over prevails. But we'll get that out of the way. This marks Podcast Wednesdays. So every Wednesdays, the MWO, we're actually trying to start something out. Starting with Tuesdays, which found out early today with Mr. B, Mr. Brady Wickersham. Photoshop Tuesdays with his likeness. What's going to happen with that? The master of Photoshop. And then Wednesdays with your boy right here, Podcast Wednesdays, will be an STS In Tha Zone podcast, which is it's pretty awesome every Wednesdays. But the thing is, I do want to do another podcast, but it's going to be a viewer discretion advised podcast because there's no much really heavy cussing on this show right here. This is for the ICW mainly. If there's any fans or any kids out there that listens to this, which if they do, it's awesome. So this is my clean version, but in the future, I will create something that will be on my YouTube page, I will upload, but it will be on strictly to there. And I'll say viewer discretion advised or whatnot, because I will not post the vulgar, whatever, I'm gonna call it a different name than STS In Tha Zone. But those will be on YouTube still, but I'm not uploading the videos or posting them on the MWO page, except the STS In Tha Zone episodes. Also, in Fridays, we just found this out, which I really don't get, but our third original member of the NWO, as we know it right now, Mr. K-Dog, Mr. Kenny Howe, will be doing Flyer Friday, or Flyers with Kenny. I don't know what it is. Is he doing parody flyers with wrestlers or something? I don't know. Ask him. We'll find out Friday if it even happens. But that's just what I want to talk about the intro today. This is also an MWO sponsored or MWO Presents podcast here right now. So right now, let's just talk about some ICW. Alright, we're back now. This section is going to be the ICW Talk right now. I've already told you before in a video form about what I've been thinking about the coming event for ICW's Fall Brawl, or ICW's Brawl, whatever. Well, it's fall coming up on October 3rd. But the thing is, I want to talk about this main instance right here is, so far, Juventud Guerrero has no title match, or he's not even booked for the event, which is kind of let down. But here's my idea. Here's my thoughts and opinions about, you guys need, what I think, since Facebook's your only ground, you need to, do some promos or whatnot. But then again, some people don't, little kids, they don't know what's going on, some of them, even parents, they do, and maybe that's one reason why you don't do that. But I think that'd be one fantastic idea, is to just keep on, like you did the promos with Troy Miller, and you did one with Linux King did one, in the Juice. Well, every person that comes to fight Troy, they have a promo. I think there should be more promos. Oh yeah, I forgot. Sid Page, he does promos as well. I think that'd be very good. But the only thing I got here update, I'll say it again, Superstars is going to be Sarah Feeney will make her ICW debut. First spots, I see a picture of her. She's alright. Has this little shield kind of hoodie. That's pretty cool. Then, like I said before, the Enigma Lucio Devier. Kind of has a mohawk in a way, and his face. That's alright. I don't know. I never see him. Fleck or Fleek. Fleek will make it. I don't understand. What is this? I don't know. Never seen before. And oh yeah, I forgot. Ditch the Bruiser is going to make his return, which, sorry, I will be yawning. Sorry. That's just my opinion, and probably most of NWO's opinion as well. And the Beast makes his return. This guy is like a new Abdullah the Butcher, but he's not Abdullah the Butcher. He's just someone. He's just his own character. That's so far for the what's going on for ICW. In my opinion, that they should go out there and do something like more promos, because it's only 1 month of show. And I mean, I wish you guys did something like a Ducktail run. I mean, you guys could have did something there. But then again, well, yeah, I mean, you just have to get the regular fair quote. But that'd be a real good idea. There, like next year or something, like festivals or whatnot. Get more people to come out there, maybe. You know, that'd be very awesome and cool. You know, but that's just an idea. But let's just talk about the other thing right now, which I want to talk about. And it's part of ICW Talk, because I went to the YMCA earlier today, and I got me some, I went to work out, and I do cardio, I mean, weights, I mean, I can, but I don't have any people to go with or anything, and I'm not going to ask every stranger to go spot me. And also, I'm weak as hell. I mostly go there just to do cardio, treadmill, whatever else they have there, because that's what I'm good at. I did like an hour or something, hour or 2 hours today. Oh yeah, I'm bragging. I ate really much, and that's like 1 day out of the week or 2 days. I get to go to the Y like at least 2 or 3 times, maybe, hopefully, but 2 the most. But I was leaving, and I saw a vehicle, you know, going by. You know, like a company vehicle going by, you know, and all of a sudden it honked, and I looked, and you know, and it was the pro wrestler Lennox King. And this is a shout out for Lennox King too. I mean, it's cool. He's like, hey, you know, I'm like, who's that? I'm like, it's Lennox King, because I have my NWO shirt on too. And I went up there, you know. Usually I just like, oh, I'm not gonna go up there. Like, hey, and bye, you know. But I went up there and I talked, you know. Then my wife came out, you know, she was ready to go. But I said, you know, and he was a real nice gentleman. You Mr. Yoga Pants, that's who it is, you know. And I'm glad he don't get mad that we don't make fun for him. It's just his pants he wears or whatnot, the style. His butt's real up, you know. And that's what, I mean, Yoga Pants, you know. He's a pretty cool individual now. And he also told me that he watches my videos. He listens to this podcast. He makes him crack up. And it's like, that really felt like, wow, someone like listens to this, you know, like. Well, I know the interview, like the people, some people at ICW, they listen to this, but I mean, it was just great to hear in person and say, hey, you know, and also the simple reviews I do, the movie reviews. So that's another thing I want to have a cheap plug on my own self. If you want to see a movie review or whatnot, or see me being vulgar as hell, or talk about a movie or what I thought about it, check my simple reviews. I got like 60 of them. They're on my page, youtube.com/. MDreams. That's my old tagline. I can't change it more like I used to. You gotta have like YouTube changed the rule. I have to I have to wait till I have 500 subscribers. So that's gonna be a very, very long time. I only have 30, which some of them don't even get on there anyway. But back to the Lennox King. This guy is a respectable individual. Awesome. He's an awesome fan of NWO. You know. We even talked about the whole thing with him and K-Dog, Kenny, with the whole thing. He's like, oh, I was kind of pissed off that night. I was like, well, my friend did a joke that really was uncalled for. We were laughing anyway, but it's just great to hear, just to talk to him. He's the first wrestler too that well, besides my other Johnny Plex I've talked to before, Sid the Mastermind Page I've talked to before, and now Lennox King's one. Now I can have more people to go up and talk to, you know, and yeah, that was very awesome. And he was asking, well, you go to the gym? I go to the gym every day, you know. Try to. And you do weights? You know, I just do cardio, you know. I'm sorry, I'm not in the muscles and all that stuff. I'm just want to be fit. I mean, I'm kind of chubby, but I don't know. I just want to shout out Mr. Lennox King once again, and got to talk to him for a little bit, you know. It was good stuff to talk about, you know. I told him, you know, I do this podcast, you know, and it's it takes my depression away, you know, just because I don't need to have a bunch of followers or whatnot. It's just me speaking my mind. But I just want to get that out of the way, and just like I said, don't forget Saturday, October 3rd, 2015. ICW Intense Championship Wrestling presents Fall Brawl. Get your tickets now at Lance's New Market for only $8 pre-sale, or pay $10 at the door. Come on, you get $8. You can get pay the $8. Go to Lance's, get a ticket, because you get $2 worth. You can get extra concessions. So, but I'm out of here for this ICW talk. Let's go to the next topic. And I'm back. This right here will be a thing which I'm going to be doing every week. Now, maybe not be, some will be in depth, some will be not be in depth. I'll try my best. But I'm going to do the Raw review from 2 days ago, Monday, which was the day after Night of Champions. And let's just get started. First, we had a Wyatt family segment. You know, they're talking about Wyatt's like, Ambrose, Reigns, it's never gonna end, you know, and all this shit. Sorry, I'm a terrible impersonator, but also the setting, because when it Raw first started, they just came out. It's like, wow, they just came out and like in the, you know, the buzz or the Fall of the Buzzards or whatever it is, Fireflies or whatnot. What amazing sight, them three coming down. But like, it's a very awesome setting. Roman Reigns comes to join by himself, you know, gonna start, you know. And then Ambrose, he starts fighting them all. No, he told, you know, let's fight. Me and you, White. Me and you, Bray. Braun and Harper can be outside. And they did. They actually fought for a little bit. But then, you know, how any heel faction is or whatnot. They end up coming to fight with Shane. Here comes Ambrose to come down and whatnot. And they fight. And then back and forth. They had a little. They were taking him down, you know, at the very last beginning of it, or not the beginning. I mean, the side of the ring, and this awesome brawl. You know, I was actually entertained. I was kind of entertained in this outcome. The overcome, and then out of nowhere, here comes Randy Orton, and I'm like, why couldn't they have Randy Orton? Well, then again, you know, about to say, oh, he don't want to team up, because last night Chris Jericho, of all people, won this match. I mean, got in the match. It was the mystery partner, but here comes Orton, comes in, and like it was like another day in the office, you know, just come in and Lou Fest press on Wyatt, came on down. He actually drop kicked the hell out of Braun Strowman, but he went out of the ring, but he was on his feet still, and that was an awesome brawl, one hell of an awesome brawl, and that segment ended. That was a pretty cool one, and was I entertained? Yes, I was very entertained by this, but the thing is though, I mean, they need to get a big guy. Because Braun Strowman's just going to come back and give you a death hug. Give me a hug. Yeah, I wouldn't hug you. Oh, he passed out. Oh. You know. So, we got that out of the way. We got the Night of Champions recap from the ending, which was god-awful. I mean, there were people saying that Sting was supposed to win the belt. But then that thing happened when he got injured or whatever, Stinger or whatnot. And Seth Rollins kept using the buckle bombs, and then like the whole table spot, he hit his head on the monitor. It's like, good lord, jeez, man. But then we have a segment here when Seth Rollins goes into authority and trying to look for a Triple H instead. Then we look at it's Kane and his director of operations, and I'm like, huh. He's like, what are you doing here? Like he did last night. He's like, what are you talking about? So basically right here, he's playing a split personality gimmick with Demon Kane, which he doesn't know what's going on. And then back in the background, you can see the mask where he puts it at. It's not there. So basically, they're ripping off, or they're copying, you could say, the TNA way, which was with Abyss and Joseph Parker, I think it was. Or sorry if I made the name wrong. Which is like, what the hell are they doing this for? And for me, in my opinion here, I'm not in for this. If they're gonna have a gimmick or whatnot. Well, he's like, oh, I'm back as my first job as director of operations. I have granted your rematch clause with John Cena for the U.S. title. And I said right here, which I really don't give a damn. So much predictable. So that's gonna be the main event. So there's your main event, guys. I don't care. So we got our first match, which was Stardust and the Comic Wasteland versus Neville and Lucha Underground. Lucha Dragons rematch. And this match was pretty cool, right? I don't know what's about Stardust, but he's very entertaining. Everybody in the Rhodes family, Dusty Rhodes, God rest his soul, entertaining as hell. Goldust, entertaining as hell. And Cody Rhodes or Stardust, entertaining as hell. And this is a pretty back and forth match. A nice springboard kick to the face to Neville that Stardust did was, oh, it was awesome. Just anything. I mean, people could say, well, you can all excited for that. It's like, well, because it was awesome. It was a good shot. I mean, Stardust uses the Ascension as his boys, his henchmen, or whatnot. That's how he gets up there. But then Kalisto came out with tremendous moves here with the luchador status, with the corkscrew springboard from hell, which I called it, and just give it. And then he did his Del Rey Soul or whatever, like jumping LSI DDT kind of way, which basically looks like the Seth Walker. Well, it kind of looks like it's like the Seth Walker that Seth Rollins used to use. But Neville and the Lucha Dragons won. They got that rematch done. Nothing much to say about it. It was okay-ish. Then we have Seth Rollins with Triple H in a staff segment backstage. They just tell him, we'll worry about Kane. You focus on the U.S. title match. So, okay. Then we get the Owens vs. Ryback recap, which that match, I told you, this match was that was one of my favorite matches. And then people like the Soul Monster and well, he didn't really care for it as a regular match. I mean, it was an okay match. I really liked it because Owens kept going after a part and stuff. Just kept going after the arm the whole time, and then again with the eye rakes. Well, Ryback comes out, and then who's he face? Bo Dallas. And after that, Owens comes out, and the crowd's kind of dull and lame, so I didn't care for this. And I thought this was going to be a squash match, and it really wasn't. I mean, it was kind of squash match. It was like he got some little offense in, and then Owens is next to JBL and Cole and Byron Saxton of all people. Byron Saxton's terrible. He says, he's like, he said, I always liked Bo Dallas. He said, I always believed, and I thought that was hilarious. And just like I said, Byron Saxton, I don't really care for this guy. I mean, he talks about it in those pre-shows and stuff, yes. But when on the commentator, it was like, ugh, it's boring. But, Ryback wins, like always. But, I mean, it was not like a squash match, Owens comes and sneaks attacks Ryback, and he's about to do the powerbomb, pop-up powerbomb, but he gets countered, and Ryback about to do the shell shock, and he counters, and then Owens counters that, and he retreats. Awesome heel Owens is. One hell of amazing. I hope they do good things. He's the Intercontinental Champion, too. Please make this run last. Just like people said before, they say there's opinions thoughts that let him keep the title until Royal Rumble or until WrestleMania, and he then have Sami Zayn come out, at Royal Rumble, and eliminate him, and then they can have a feud for it. That's what everybody's been saying in the podcast I've been listening to, and I enjoy it, and I agree with what they said. That'd be an awesome thing. Then we had the Charlotte Diva Championship, which was the highlight of the night, in STS's standpoint. Ric Flair comes out, gives a speech, Charlotte, I mean, he's like told everybody, he told everybody like, oh, I won the championship and all this stuff, but this is the best thing that's happened to me. It's his proudest moment. She comes out, and Becky and Paige come out with her. It's like, okay. And I said, would there be a turn from Paige? And he's like, and I said, it's emotional time. Charlotte tells her dad, ever since she was a little girl as a fan, looked at her dad as the very best. It said. And I'm like, and I said too, because he gets all teary up easy, and she was too. And I'm like, I like Flair, and I'm not ashamed to be a very emotional guy, because if I'm very teary up, I'm very teary up. You know that. She thanks Becky and Paige, and then of all things, Paige just grabs the microphone, and I said, here's the heel turn, no joy. And she's basically this whole big pipe bomb. Well, we know where the bells came from, it was like a second part of AJ's pipe bomb earlier on, saying about, it wasn't for the Bellas, we already know how they came here to be, a.k.a. sucking off John Cena and Daniel Bryan. But, and then she said the Divas Revolution is a crutch, a wank. It's never happened. The Bellas are probably gonna come back in power. DN, whoop-de-damn do. And she tells Becky Lynch, like, you're not even relevant. You're just a little second fiddle to the punch. And then she told Charlotte of all things, like, you're just here because of your dad. She was gonna go after her, but Becky kept her punch, which I thought that was awesome. And it's just, I love it. Awesome rant. That was the highlight of the night. This is my house now. And here comes the Bella cunts. I didn't really care. It's just, why? Yawn. I don't care. It's a pretty, and then she's like, oh my god, we're gonna do this. My sister is gonna beat you for your belt. So it was Pmode versus Charlotte for the Divas title, and I didn't really care, but Charlotte beats her with the figure eight, and with that, and it's also, don't forget about the commercial that came next, and what we're all excited for, which this segment was like the most exciting thing of the whole pay-per-view, almost like, and that's that Go to Hell tour with Brock Lesnar, which, the first thing is that house show. I don't have the date exact, sorry, but the house show at Madison Square Garden, it's coming on the WWE Network, week from Saturday, or well, it was on Monday. It's a week from Saturday. Brock Lesnar faces the Big Show, which Big Show, by the way, is going to go over strong on everybody until that show, But then he's going to be in a podcast the week before. I remember this, the week before Hell in a Cell. He is a Stone Cold podcast, which is going to be very interesting. This is like I think this one right here has him, that and Vince McMahon, maybe. Those were the two flashes. Those are the two best spectacular ones, I think, in my opinion. But in Hell in a Cell with Undertaker, which I want Lesnar to win. Sorry, I have my predictions right now, and I'll say it again for the next predictions we do again. The next match, which was Sheamus versus Mark Henry. And we were watching this I was watching this with my wife and my son and my grandmother, and my grandma saw Mark Henry come out, oh my God, he's strong, he's going to win for us, and no, he's not. And we got to see this match, did not care, Yon match didn't care. Sheamus did a bro cake that he missed, and Mark Henry sold it like it was like a real, like a badass kick. Terrible. You can pause it, but you can see it from the first thing. And then he did again, but he lost. Sheamus wins, and he says, he came up, he's like, only a matter of time till I before I be the WWE World Champion, hopefully. And never mind, only a matter of time. It's happening. And I said, hopefully Sheamus is a champion. I don't care. Hopefully they can have a story where he loses the suitcase or loses it is right. Do we have another segment with Triple H, Stephen, Kane, and she wants the mask back, and Kane doesn't know. Yada yada yada. He's like, I thought I left with you, but if we don't find it, we're gonna have a lot of problems, whatnot. And then we have a page, and Natalia said, oh yeah, I forgot about the whole page thing. She was talking about, where's Natalia? Where the hell you been? Then she was backstage, Paige and her had a segment, what else, and I didn't care. Next match we got the New Day and Rusev versus Dudley Boyz and Ziggler. Crowd's very tired here. New Day is entertaining as hell. I'm enjoying these guys more, especially Xavier Woods. And actually, look, Xavier Woods is selling the table when he got hit with the 3D. You don't see much selling with wrestling much these days, and here's Xavier Woods selling it, walking real much, walking, limping and stuff. And he also played Rusev right here. The match back and forth. I didn't really care about. I'm just looking at the Xavier at the trombone playing it, and Xavier Woods is playing Rusev's theme, which I was like, I sound like that. And then Michael was like, he's playing Rusev's theme. And Ziggler's mostly taking the beat down, He has to get the hot tag from Douglas to win. That's my prediction. But nope. At the ending, Xavier Woods got up and put the trombone, and then he didn't do nothing with Ziggler. Ziggler just super kicked him, and then Rusev just super kicked him, and they won. And I can already see them right here. Look, all these teams are having now. Let's have more Survivor Series, because I just had the prediction, because at the very end they were all huddling over him and stuff. This is a Survivor Series team, New Day and Rusev. That's just a prediction. That'd be awesome to have them in a Survivor Series. We have Naomi versus Natalia, which I didn't really care. And the winner, Naomi, beat her with her running ass in the face. What a joke finish, didn't care. Then we got a lame Big Show versus Cesaro. Why Cesaro in the mid-card? Hell, I don't know. Big Show is going to look strong, like I said, to the Lesnar match. Show said to the fat boy in the crowd to shut the hell up, you loser. So retarded. You got to see a nice apron suplex from Cesaro to Big Show. That was pretty impressive. But Show wins. Show has a message after Lesnar saying he's going to knock you out. This is going to be you next. Do we have a Wyatt family promo saying, Orton, you'll fall down with him, boy. Now we get the main event, which I don't really care. Cena versus Randy style. Same exact match. Every match we see, yada yada yada. Didn't really care. And also, I watched it and I didn't put any notes into it. My son passed it on me. And just like it is, It's simple. There's your answer and your ending. And John Cena's story. I win. The end. Then and then he leaves, and Rollins is in the ring. And then the Corporate King comes up in this Titantron. Or HC-Tron or whatnot. I'll say Titantron, so I don't care. And he's like, you better watch out for the title. Anybody can go after it. And then Demon Kane's music put up. And then all of a sudden the ring, he comes out of the ring. And he tries to gets Rollins to go under. Which we've seen this stuff before, Undertaker and whatnot. But, yeah. He ends up doing this and hands it... At the end, he gets him in the ring, under the ring, and then the fire... And then... we have red smoke, colored smoke coming up from the ring. So we know where hell is directly, down underneath the wrestling ring. I swear, ever since I was a kid, I always thought that ring had, so much stuff in there. But that was the very ending. That was your Raw review from myself. Overall, they're losing ratings, sometime. But, did I care about it? No. I mean, it was okay. But it needs to be a better Raw. Like I said, the highlight of the night was the Paige pipe bomb. Well, my highlight of the night. And that was your Raw review. New segment right here, which is this thing where now I had the intercepts up. That's which I'll add on the YouTube and the Facebook post. And that is, this right here will be Spoiler Down, which is basically Smackdown Spoilers. As you know, Smackdown is on Tuesdays, but on TV on Thursdays. So, this is spoilers alert for if it happened on SmackDown, it didn't happen. So, spoilers alert, if you don't want to listen to this, get out of here or just exit the thing. Here we go. Kane kicks off this week's episode of WWE SmackDown. He says he's glad to be back. Kane announces Kevin Owens and Rusev versus Dolph Ziggler and Ryback. He also announces Roman Reigns versus Luke Harper with Dean Ambrose banned from ringside. Seth Rollins interrupts. Kane books Rollins versus Ambrose main event. Right there, I didn't even watch SmackDown, but, this show seems like so sucky. I haven't watched the last SmackDown I watched wasn't even a full episode. It was just me watching the Dudley Boys return to beat the hell out of the Ascension. So then we have Roman Reigns, who faced Luke Harper. Roman Reigns won. They look strong. Then we have New Day shown backstage, clowning around with messing around with production. Then they faced Lucha Dragons and Neville. New Day won, prevailed. Then we had Becky Lynch and Charlotte cut a promo. Paige interrupts. Natalya interrupts. She tells Paige she has no reason to be mad. Then we have Ryback and Dolph Ziggler, who faced Rusev and Kevin Owens. And that was... That was the main event? Oh, never mind. Well, Ryback and Dolph Ziggler versus Rusev and Kevin Owens. Ryback and Dolph Ziggler defeated them. And in the main event, which I don't know who won, I don't know how they won it, but Dean Ambrose versus Seth Rollins in a non-title match. Defeated, so it means I think he beat him clean. So, what are my thoughts about that? I don't know. I don't care. If it happened on SmackDown, it didn't happen. And now we're at the headlines. This is the very last segment of the podcast. And this is the headlines where I check out what's been going on in the internet of wrestling. And let's just go. Let's get it going. Alberto Del Rio confirmed for Season 2 of Lucha Underground. That's very good news. And what do I think about it? I think that's amazing. And the co-executive producer of Lucha Underground, Chris DeJoseph, confirmed. That's amazing. We got our answer finally. We've been waiting. Will there be a Season 2? And there will be a Season 2. So thank Lord for that. That is great. This is really kind of crappy news. For the guy, yes, it's fine. It's his own life. Because he came to Marion once. I would like to see this guy, but... Justin Credible retiring from professional wrestling. Justin Credible mentioned that he will compete in his final match at the Pro Wrestling Syndicate Fed November 20th show in Sayreville, New Jersey against Tommy Dreamer. Friday in November. Which... it's just, he's a cool guy. Was it PJ McPelico or what? I can't say his name, but he did go to Marion, which I wish I went because he did beat Troy Murder once before. And I'm very glad for that. As we know, if you didn't know, Kurt Angle's brother, David, is being charged of a homicide, the death of his wife, and he reacted. He says, I think that's what he said. I know he said something about it. if he could put on Twitter, he's put, "This has been a very trying time for everyone in my family. We ask that you respect our privacy to mourn our loss. I love my family very much and will support them every way I can. Thank you." Kind of, but how? I mean, I've heard the story of what he told the police. Like, oh, I accidentally did it. She was drinking vodka and all that stuff. I was like, I didn't care. There was a TNA show that had a very low attendance. I mean, I don't know. How long is TNA going to be? I don't know. How long is this going to go for? No idea, guys. No idea. I don't know. But this was in Pittsburgh, and Angle was back, and it still didn't draw. It's like, man, your major powers is what the heck, and he's not there. As I saw also, I watched Ring of Honor last Friday at the All-Star Extravaganza, and I thought I saw a thing of Kenny King and Rhett Titus, the All-Night Express. And I thought that was awesome. And it says right here, Kenny King quits TNA Wrestling. And that's pretty awesome, Oh, here's something. A new TNA's Knockouts champion crown. The one, the only, the best, Gail Kim. And then we have the last two things, which I'll say right now because it's just early on. Dixie Carr claims TNA is under contract to Destination America until the end of the year, which is this is it. And I haven't watched TNA in a while. And every time I watch TNA, I just can't get into it. I don't know why. It's not entertaining. I enjoyed TNA when it came out, when I saw the very first Bound for Glory through until when Hogan and Bishop came, went to shit. Oh, said the S word. Sorry. And also, Jeff Jarrett is no longer a majority owner of TNA. So, because I think they want to do something. Because if they want him to be part of TNA still, they would have to put their talent over or something like that. And that's the headlines right now I got. That's today. Also, Hulk Hogan's lost his Hogan's Beach restaurant since the whole racist thing or wherever he's been, whatnot. His hotel, or where the hotel is, got bought, and they're out. So sorry, Hogan, your beach house, which his beach place had a bunch of rules anyway. It was stupid. But that is it for the segments, and it was all right. I mean, it's just the first time doing the segments. We'll be doing more of these soon. This is the STS In Tha Zone podcast, and I hope you enjoyed this episode. I don't forget what number it is, but I'll find out when I go on YouTube here which one it is. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I will be doing Raw reviews, and also the spoiler downs, and then the headlines. And if there's anything you would like me to talk about or anything, I'll try to do my best to get your opinion or whatnot. But also, if you want to go on... you can also go on the MW. Don't forget the MWO page, Marion Ward Order. Check out, like I said, Photoshop Tuesdays, Podcast Wednesday, and Friday Flyer Day or whatever it is. I don't know what that is. But without that, it's been awesome and great. And also, if you want to check out more videos of all the videos I've done, go to youtube.com/mdreams. STS in the Zones. I have also classic STS in episodes, me just ranting off and vlogging off my life as a teenager and throughout the time. I also have home movies and whatnot. And I also do what I've been doing for 4 months ago. I've been doing this simple review, which I do movie reviews. So check on that out. And now I want to just call it a day and enjoy. And also the match the match of the week. My favorite match right now, I don't have nothing else to say, is the 1992 Royal Rumble match. Awesome stuff. I enjoyed it. I had a copy of Soul Monster. Well, then again, I didn't mean to, because he's doing each favorite match, 8 matches each week, or one match per week, until his big 8 years or something like that. But I gotta put that one first because it is a no-brainer. Won a hell of a Royal Rumble. It was the first time they only did it once too. The championship on the line. So many damn contenders here. Hulk Hogan, Sid Justice, Undertaker, Ted DiBiase, Ric Flair, Shawn Michaels, Roddy Piper, Macho Man, Jake Roberts, and so on and so on. Great Gorilla Monsoon and Bobby Ray Heenan. Just the great commentating and whatnot. Awesome pay-per-view and an awesome match. One of the best matches ever, and also my favorite matches of all time. Check that out. And I'm out of here. I'm going to call it a day. And this is one of my favorite, to outro it, this is one of my favorite theme songs in Rare. It sounds like a porno theme, but it's from Zeus. Remember Tiny Lister? Zeus. Zeus. See you later, guys. See y'all later.